trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool, nothing else. No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool, nothing else.
Well, good evening everybody. Welcome back to VP4 TV. Welcome to Virtual Pool 4 Online. And welcome to WizKid. Welcome to Dwight. One Pocket Slim. We are here for the last of the first round matches in this year's VP4 2022 World Cribbage Championships. And it's a couple of big guns going at it tonight in a race to 15. It's Cobra from the UK and Bedhead from Sweden. And I tend to agree with what Slim said there, that this game is probably more suitable to Bedhead in that respect. Certainly with the one pocket experience, he'll be looking to dig out little caroms, billiards, that sort of thing. But Cobra's wise enough to have picked that up, I would think, but I would tend to favour Bedhead just slightly. Well, congratulations to Semi Pro. He sent me a couple of his wedding photos, and I was going to put them on the stream, but I can't bloody upload them to the PC. I don't know what the hell's happened. I can't get my phone connected, and it was connected, but this has all happened since I had to reformat my PC. So I need to look into that. But so Semi Pro is probably away in his honeymoon somewhere. And that's another thing we have. If we can get it, we've still got the final session of the Snooker Challenge match between Semi Pro and MC Clarkey. That's going to happen at some point in the future, probably a Sunday, but not definitely 100% guaranteed. And then, of course, we've only got the one match scheduled tonight, and that's this one we're about to watch. Now, Steve said he's going to drop in. I'll have a quick look. Hang on a minute. He's not in Discord yet, and neither am I, but I'll be going in as soon as I check he's there. Quick look at the bracket. We had a couple of matches last night. We had the match between Larry and Sylvia. Larry was the favourite. I think he ran away to at least a 5-0 lead. Sylvia eventually got some racks on the board, but there was far too many errors, and Larry ran out 15-7 in the end. The one lost side match was a lot more interesting, and LS3 played exceptionally well. When I joined it, the match had started, obviously, but she ran out in a very comfortable win, 13 racks to 4. And I think that's probably the best she's played for a while. Very solid. So she's through to the next round on the one loss side. But our focus is on this last remaining match. This is my last day off. I'm back to work tomorrow. So back to the grind, as they say. Right, so have we got any predictions for the score? None so far. Oh, wait a minute, there's one. 15-12 to Bedhead. Right, you might not be far off the mark with that one. Right, let me have another quick look. Right, let me bring up the actual screen. There we go. Right, have a quick look and see. No, he's still not there. Oh, I noticed Rob's in the commentary box. He hasn't got his mic or anything on, but I notice he's sitting there, so Rob might be joining us. Right. So, congratulations to Cameron Smith. I've been watching the Open Championship all day and every day since Thursday when it started. And it was a close call as to who was going to win it. Rory McIlroy got himself in the lead, but he only got 2 birdies in his last round. and Cameron Smith started off 4 shots behind. McIlroy was 16 under, along with Hovland at the start of the day's final round, and Cameron Smith was 12 under, but he ran in a 64 to win it by the 1 shot. McIlroy needed to chip his ball in at the 18th for an eagle to actually force a playoff, but he obviously couldn't get it. So I think that's the first Aussie that's won the Open since Greg Norman, I think. I might be wrong, but I think it is. But he was really a cool character. Cameron Smith played exceptionally well. Anybody that gets a 64 in the final round is going to be close to winning it anyway. So well done to him. Yeah, the bunkers will catch you out. Right, so another quick check. Hang on. No, he's still not there. He's leaving it till the last minute because we're about 2 minutes away from the start. Still no show. Brainfillout is playing One Pocket Slim in the 3-ball tournament. I noticed. Steve might be watching the presentation of the trophy. I shut it down as soon as I knew that he'd won it, so Steve's probably still watching that, I would imagine. And the speeches and all of that crap. Oh, there he is. Right. Let me just go into Discord. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, there's Rob there as well. Yeah, he's quiet. Right, so the curious thing is that Bedhead's going to do an Albinario by the look of it, unless he's in away mode. Oh no, there he is. Bedhead is there. Cobra's now in the chat. He was in practicing, and the room has gone up. So let's get ourselves in. I don't know whether the cloth colour's at the right colour, but we'll change it if needs be. Oh, there we are. We're in. So
well, this should be interesting.
Well, Slim made a point. Now, obviously, Slim has played quite decently in his match that he played, and Bedhead has been called the winner by Slim from his one pocket experience, and I think that's what might just edge it slightly.
Well, I think Bedhead certainly can win. I mean, I still think Cobra's the favorite, mainly because from what I've seen of Bedhead, we get moments of brilliance and then sometimes lack of focus. If Bedhead can stay on focus and not make mistakes, then I think he's got a very good chance to win this.
Now, I said to the guys in the stream the other night there, by the way, you missed LS3. We caught the end of LS3's match, and she played very well in her one loss side match. She won it 13-4 against
I saw that score.
Cheeky Chico, but she played well and well deserved that scoreline. She played very solid, what we saw.
Well, she's got something going for her that is a big advantage over a lot of players, and that is that she banks well. Watched that match before, and I think she was 5 for 5 for banking, and that's a huge advantage in this type of game.
Yeah, she definitely dug out some good shots. Yeah, what I was going to say is, I said that I was sitting watching the matches the other night on the stream, and an idea came into my head, but then what worried me is I tried to explain it to the guys, And I don't know whether they grasped what I was getting at all. And then I thought to myself, well, if I have to try and explain this to Steve, this is going to do his head in. But I'm going to have a go at it. You know when you break off in cribbage and you pot a ball and then you have to pot a cribbage ball, right? So that's everything okay so far. Now, my idea is for a change in the rules, and I don't know whether you would agree or disagree, but my idea is that from the break, if you break off and you pot a ball, but you cannot see the cribbage ball, then I think that you should be allowed to play a safety by playing off a ball, any ball you want, and as long as you can get the cue ball back into the kitchen, the incoming player has to play from the kitchen, from where it is. He doesn't have ball in hand in the kitchen. I think that is a little tweak that I think makes it slightly fairer on the player who, through no fault of his own, doesn't have a cribbage ball from the break. I think ball in hand from the break is a bit more unfair against the player who, through his, none of his wrongdoing, he's just broke. In that case, if that was the rule, you might find more players giving the break rather than taking the break. I don't know what you think, and I don't know whether you understand what I'm talking about either.
I have some clue. I don't know. I mean, I'm not, I don't know that fair is the word that I would use, because, trying to make games fair usually screws them up. I mean, obviously, there's some luck on the break, and there is in most games. You can get the odds better by putting the cue ball in the right place. I mean, basically, as soon as you start saying, well, we're going to let them do this or that, you're kind of giving them out for turning the cue ball loose on the break. I mean, I'm not saying you can't end up with no shot just because you move the cue ball well, but, I mean, 9 balls like that, 10 balls like that, you may not come up with a shot on a low ball, but you can increase the odds by breaking the right way. And, there's an element of luck on the break, and there's no doubt about it. So, the real question is whether you want to try to take some of the luck out of the game.
Well, the bad luck about it is simply because, you've broke. Now, okay, you can get lucky in the break and you can actually get a cribbage in the break and all that sort of stuff. But the unlucky part is potting a ball and not being able to see the cribbage ball. And, at this level with these guys, the chances are very likely that you're going to lose that rack. All because of the fact you can't see the cribbage ball or you can't do anything to actually get it in a hole. So I thought, well, maybe, again, I don't know whether we want to use the word fair, but as an option, letting them play into the kitchen and then making the other player play from the kitchen, I just thought was giving the outgoing player somewhat of a little bit of strategy.
It gives the game some excitement, because what ends up happening is, there's some unknowns, and then, let's say you don't have a good shot on it, or, you're kicking at it or shooting some crazy combo. I mean, people shoot shots they wouldn't normally shoot because of that rule, and it's exciting. It's, if you're going to follow that train of thought, you can say, well, why do we allow golden breaks in 9-ball? And nobody questions that, because they've seen 9-ball on TV and this and that, and that's the way it's played, so everybody just takes for granted that's the way it should be. But that's the luckiest thing in the world, So, I don't know what the right answer to your question is, but I'd be hesitant to change it just because I don't think it's necessarily a bad part of the game. I mean, now, I've said before, I'm not a huge fan of 9-ball. I think 10-ball is a lot better game, and one of the reasons is you get rid of a lot of that luck. But I mean, if you look at what VP players play the most, it's by far 9-ball. So, I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal. I think it provides a lot of excitement. I agree it could be fairer. I mean, you can always change rules to make them fairer, but that's, if you try to do that too much, you end up with snooker, and you end up with a rule like foul and miss, which is the worst rule in the world. And again, everybody takes it for, oh yeah, this is fine and stuff like that because they see it on TV. But it's really, it's a crappy rule made because they're trying to be fair. And sometimes trying to be fair isn't the best thing to do.
Well, Larry said push out after the break in cribbage.
You could do that, and that's something that they've done in the rotation games.
Anyway,
but, it's kind of hard to do that because of the crib. You're on a cribbage ball. I mean, I guess you could say, well, if you push out, the cribbage is off, but this is a hard game to push out on.
Yeah. Well, Cobra won the first rack, and he won it against. Sorry, tell a lie. I'm reading the wrong thing. Bedhead won the first rack.
Yeah, I mean, Bedhead's actually got a higher rating on this, so it's indicative that maybe he is going to be a contender.
Well, obviously, without a jump cue, there's not a lot he can do. I think can you get to that 7-ball? He can get to the 7.
I think he's got to play the combo is what he's got to do. The 5 or the 7, either one works. He's looking like he likes the 7. And this is exciting seeing guys shoot shots like this. And, if guys played these shots better, then they would be better players. And this is one of the things I was talking about before about guys don't bank well, guys don't shoot combos well or caroms. And the reason why is because they don't play enough of games like this, Honolulu, one pocket, games where rotation, the Filipino style especially, where you're going to shoot those shots all the time. And if you're doing that, you get good at it. I don't know how LS3 got good at banks, but she must have practiced something. Unless she just has a natural talent for banks.
Albie and Slim, remember I'm off as soon as I finish my shift on Tuesday morning. I'll have the rest of Tuesday, the whole of Wednesday. I'm off on Thursday, but I'm back on Friday. So if you wanted to make it midweek, that'd be fine. I'd be able to get that stream. So Cobra now. I've read that wrong. I read that wrong entirely. It's Cobra that's. I'm forever looking at the points and thinking they're the games. It's Cobra that won the first bloody rack. I'm half asleep here.
Nobody, Bedhead broke dry.
Yeah, nobody told me. Just let me waffle on here.
Yeah, really, if everybody was concerned about fair and finding out who was the best player and stuff, they'd all be playing a lot of straight pool, because I think straight pool is the most fair pocket billiard game there is.
Yeah, and we've seen that the obvious thing is it's the players that move the ball the best that are the best at it.
Yeah, well, you've got to think well, you've got to pocket balls well, you've got to move the cue ball well, and you've got to strategize
and you've got to be creative as well.
Well, that was a nice shot there, banking that 9-ball in.
Now what we got here, is that a combo?
Well, he's on basically nothing here. He doesn't have any kind of good shots. I mean, he can play the 1-2 combo, which I think is maybe his best shot.
Yeah, it's not
the
set,
13,
it's going to the draw.
Well, the 13-8's not at a good angle to get back for the 7 because you got to cut the 13 some. I think he's got to shoot this 1-2.
Yeah, he's overdone it. He's tried to compensate, and he's overcompensated.
And, you know, what happened there was he had to shoot the bank on the 9. And, you know, a lot of players that don't, you know, bank a lot, they don't move the cue ball well off banks. I mean, you can move the cue ball really well when you're banking, but, you know, again, it's something you have to have practiced and done a lot. And Cobra failed to get the cue ball in a good spot when he banked that 9 in.
Well, Albinario noticed something that I didn't notice, that Cobra won the lag and passed the break to Bedhead. That nobody's ever done that in this tournament. None that I've seen.
He said before that he didn't think the break was an advantage, and, you know, I guess he's sticking with that. I mean, obviously it worked out well there because Bedhead broke dry.
Well, Bedhead's got to be out here, I would think.
Yeah, that was a nice little soft draw shot there. And he's pretty good on the 3. He's going to have to spin this a little bit to get down table, but it's not a hard shot. You just got to avoid overcutting this ball. That's the main thing. And he did overcut it, but he got away with it. A little more overcut, and that thing hangs up.
Yeah. Well, there was a golfer's dream this afternoon, Steve. You go to your bed the night before, you're trailing by 4 shots, and you dream that you're going to have a 64 in the final round and win it by a shot. Cameron Smith, boy from Australia, he played well.
Well, he's a hell of a player, and he had another 64 in the second round. You know, he won the players, and he looked really good there. And he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
Now, he's been rumored that he might be the guy going to LIV. Supposedly, from a good source, there's a top 10 player that's going to go to LIV. So the choices are probably Cam Smith, Patrick Cantlay, and I can't remember who the other one was. There were 3 of them that were potential possibilities. So he may win the Open and turn around and go to LIV Golf.
Well, go at the highest bidder. Maybe other guys are just hanging off to see if they get better deals before they jump ship. So we're back all square. Bedhead. Again, the way these are sitting, they're all sort of tilted left side of the table here. Wrong button, hang on a minute. Well, there's the obvious cribbage to keep as a backup crib is the 9 and 6. I mean, that's well taken care of down here at the bottom. So you leave that well alone and see if you can deal with other stuff first, and then bail out on it if you don't think you can get there for the next one. Well, he's ended up having to take it. And then, of course, the other one that's handy is the 12 and 3. So we had a 9 and 6 cribbage down here and the 12 and 3 sitting there as well. So then he has to get to work.
Oh, I know the other one. The other one was Victor Hovland, who was in contention today. Well, supposedly for one of the next event, one of those three guys is going to LIV. I mean, it's hard to turn it down when you have life-changing money thrown at you. I don't think so. I think they're going to come to some sort of agreement at some point because they're going to have to. I mean, the PGA Tour is taking the hard line, but I think they're going to have to back off that hard line. The more players that go, the more reason for them to start talks with LIV and try to figure out how to coexist. Well, a whole stack already has gone. It's just that, you know, some of them are older or some of them are, you know, European Tour players that people here don't know as well. But there's been some good guys and there's been some young guys. James Piot, the U.S. Amateur Champion, went, and the guy that was #1 ranked amateur in the world from Oklahoma State, he went. And, you know, I mean, they're getting, you know, obviously they got Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka and, you know, a bunch of quality players. So, yeah, the more that happens, more it's going to look like they're going to have to come to an agreement.
Did they let that was something I never? Yes, you're right, guys. I was muted. Did they let any of these LIV players into the US Open? That's just gone by. They did. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. None of the majors are controlled by the tours.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that, because what's the name of the English player? He was playing in the championship. But,
well, the PGA Tour is going to try to pressure all those major organizations running the major into not letting the guys in. I mean, they're doing full court press, everything they can to shut down LIV. But I know the Masters, for one, is not going to do what the PGA Tour wants. They never have done what anybody else wanted them to do. I mean, they'll do whatever they think is right.
Well, there's LS3 has joined us in the chat. Well done last night, LS3. I never get a chance to say well done, so we'll say well done now.
Well, we can always hope that LIV will start a VP4 tour. Although the latest news, and I knew this was coming, is Greg Norman says they're looking at starting a women's tour, which would be wonderful for the women, since, you know, even with the bigger prize money lately, their prize money is so pitiful compared to the men.
I was looking at the prize money for the Open Championship, the 14 million. I don't remember whether it was dollars or pounds. I think it was 14 million pounds. Is the whole prize fund for the tournament, and
which is a little on the light side.
Yeah. Well, the Royal and the Royal and Ancient Scottish, aren't they? So they're going to be a bit tight-fisted.
Well, the European Tour has never had the money that the PGA Tour has, and now the PGA Tour doesn't have the money the LIV Tour has.
Good evening to Semi-Pro. How's married life? Bear in mind it's only 2 days.
So Semi-Pro got married 2 days ago?
Well, 2 or 3 days ago, yeah.
Yeah, well, his VP4 days may be over.
That's what I was thinking. That's him shackled for life now.
Better teach the wife to play VP4.
Right.
Oh, good evening to Rob.
Evening or afternoon in my place. Evening to you, Hugh.
So Bedhead with a 2-game-to-1 lead. Now, what's Cobra got next? Well, he's got this as a cribbage ball. The 4 balls tied up, so that's a cribbage gone. 11's in the middle of the table. And he's now gone.
Ball go?
He's now gone funny.
I think that 10 ball goes. It's tight, but I think it goes. I think he can play the 5, then the 10. He's looking like he doesn't like it. This is a tricky shot. You got to go straight across. Okay, he went forward. That's fine, too. That's more like what a Filipino would do. Every Filipino in the world would play it that way. Most of the Americans will go straight across, but that's a good way to play it. He rolled that ball on a good line.
Where are you going, Sammy? I thought you'd already be away. Right,
you taking your laptop on your honeymoon so you can play VP4?
Well, he's looking at the... I thought he'd played over there to...
Oh, it's got to be 9-6.
No, it's 9-6. Now, what's he on? He's on... Well, it's this for the rack anyway, so that's done and dusted. He doesn't need anything else.
Yeah, I think this game is going to go down to the wire. I think it's going to be a really close match.
Well, it's looking like it. The Cotswolds. Where are the Cotswolds? Are they north or south of London? Bear in mind, the Cotswolds is a sort of range of hills, I think, basically, with nice little villages and stuff. So what we've got here, we've got 3 balls in the break, so we've got 3 cribbage balls to get rid of. We've got the 13 down the rail that Cobra's pretty good on it at the moment, but he's looking at the 12, I think. 4's in the open.
The 10's the problem, so he needs to go probably 4 and then 13 and then 10. And the reason why is because I think he's got a better chance of getting to the 10 from this 13. I like drifting to the end rail, going behind the 7 ball, and then you got the 10 on the side or up in the corner.
Yeah, it looks... I don't know whether he's got too much angle to do that without running into them, like that.
Well, he may have run into them on purpose. If he was going to get behind him, he had to put some English on it, and he didn't look like he put any English on it.
I think that's what the problem was with that shot there. He didn't take evasive action, or he was maybe hoping in a lucky roll off those balls to get further behind the 10.
Well, this is an easy bank shot. This is what's called a dead bank. Now, a dead bank doesn't mean you hit it straight. A dead bank is a bank that it's a little open, and there's a reason why they call that a dead bank, but that's like the easiest bank shot in the world if you know how to hit it, which he obviously doesn't because he played the ball up table.
So Bath's over the Bristol side, isn't it? Yeah.
He's got himself in good shape here. He made all the crib balls, and he's going to be out.
Yeah, on his break as well, so that just puts a wee bit of pressure on Bedhead to come up with something in the next rack.
It's going to be 12 then 3 here. Well, he only had one really challenging ball there, the 10, and he figured out how to get to it.
Yeah, I agree with you, semi-pro. I totally agree with it. It should be box office exclusive to me. If they want to watch, I mean, it's not pay-per-view, but if they want to watch, they have to come on the stream, and they have to suffer listening to me and Steve and anybody else. So,
well, he may have the 13 here. It's close. Let's see here. Yeah, he does. Okay, he's got 13, and then the 1 is sitting. This is another beautiful setup. He may change his mind about the break if he keeps doing this.
Yeah, and I got that wrong because I thought Bedhead was breaking this rack as well.
The Cobra won. It's winner break.
Oh, it's winner breaks. I forgot. And then now I was thinking it was alternate break. Man, I'm telling you, I'm going downhill fast, and it's not even 8:00 yet.
Well, he got 3 cribs on the break last game. He's getting 2 this game.
Now, have you noticed where he's breaking from, Steve? Because I never even paid any attention to that either. Is he just going straight down the middle?
I didn't. I'll take a look though.
Yeah, because I'm guessing that he's breaking straight down the middle.
But he's definitely the last 2 breaks, anyways, were really good. Made 3 and 2 balls and got a. Actually, he probably made 3 balls this break because it looks like the 15 is spotted. So I think he made 3 on this one.
Right, so that's the 10 up there by the 3, so the 5's adjacent there. Once he gets rid of the 10, that opens the 4 up into the same corner pocket, and the 11's a bit tight. He's got a little gap if he wants to try and get on it. So the problems down this bottom end of the table here is that if he takes the 10 and 5, he's then got to be committed to be getting on this 11 ball.
Yeah, or the 4 ball. I think I think you're better off getting on the 4 ball because 11 ball, that 9 ball there makes it hard to move the cue ball. So if you can get on the 4 ball here, you just need to come back a little bit and 11's open.
Yeah, the angle he's got in the 5's pretty good for getting good on this 4. Now, where's he going? Yeah.
He may be doing the 7-8.
Let's have a look and see what he thinks. I mean, he's got that choice. But now that he's got where he is, he'd probably be better off taking the 11 ball and just running around the corner.
No, I wouldn't take the 11 ball here because the cue ball is going to hit the 9 ball. See, that's always a better play there because that 9 ball can cause you some grief.
Now, you see that shot there that Cobra's just played, there's a lot of players couldn't play that shot comfortably. They wouldn't be comfortable enough that they're going to draw into that spot because it's a narrow window to get the cue ball, and Cobra had no hesitation in playing it.
Yeah, it's having good draw control.
Yep.
Favorite shot.
There's loads of players wouldn't have been able to get there. They would have overdone it or not actually hit it.
I will tell you the biggest problem I see with players in real life that get to like maybe a B level that are pretty good players, you know, they're running out some racks, and is that most of them tend to draw the ball too much. They tend to rely on draw, and people use it as a crutch shot, and you know they get real comfortable with it, and you know, and it's a valuable shot. You know, you're gonna use it a lot, but there's a lot of times when it's not the best shot.
Yeah, it's the bailout shot in 9 ball and VP4 for everybody. You know, big draw gets you out a hole, gets you into the table.
Well, that was fortunate there because he could have scratched, not as much in the side pocket, but that could have just, if that gets by that tit, it's probably going down in the corner.
Yeah, but it's a foul anyway because he couldn't get the companion ball, so Bedhead had the choice there.
The ball didn't go in, huh?
That you just said about VP4 being the bailout shot, you can tell that's a person that doesn't draw well in real life because they could never do that bailout shot in real life like they do here.
Well, you get away with lots of stuff in this game than you'd ever do in a real table.
I'll agree with that as well.
Yeah, but drawing the ball, you know, I mean, it's...
Well, drawing the ball for position, in my opinion, is never a good idea.
It's overused. I mean, if you watch good players in real life, they're going to play for angle, and they're not going to, you know, hit a lot of shots with draw, especially straight back. I mean, stopping's fine, and you know, it's if you're close to it and you're drawing it just a slight amount, it's not a big deal. But it's just one of those things where that's a big separating factor between somebody that's a pretty good player and somebody that's a really good player. Is a lot of these pretty good players just use draw too much.
I agree. I was just referring to what Hugh said, that they use as a bailout shot. They can do that here, but you can't do that in real life.
Yeah,
well, I can do it in real life. I got a big stroke, but it doesn't mean it's a good shot.
Yeah, but it's about controlling that. You know, if you're controlling the cue ball good, then having to, you know, it cuts out this relying on just drawing a ball to a rail to get it out into the table to get somewhere near the ball. Rather than that, if you're in good shape, you're never ever going to fall back and draw shots like you do in VP4, because you know that's probably Stubbs' biggest advantage is the fact that no matter where the ball is in the table, as long as he can see the next ball, he just fancies he's going to pot it. But he's never doing it the right way, where it's looking for the best shape most of the time. And you know, players, if you get into the nasty habit, and I call it a nasty habit of just drawing balls, then you're never going to approach the game to learn it the right way or do things the right way. So technique's what's lacking in a lot of players in real life as well as this game.
I agree.
And the ones that do it best are the ones that are winning all the time.
Yeah, if you watch the Filipinos play, they go forward a lot. And one of the reasons why is they learn to play on a lot of shitty tables, and draw is not good on a crappy table. It's usually easier to go forward.
Absolutely.
So Bedhead has to complete the job here so that Cobra doesn't start drifting away here. And he should be good to go.
Yeah, there's going to be some ebb and flow in this match, especially with the break, you know. I mean, breaking and running out, or breaking dry and the other guy runs out. I mean, the break is just huge in this game. So here we go. Let's see where he breaks from. He's breaking from the side, and he's breaking on the second ball. And he's lost the cue ball.
Cue ball get kicked up the table or down the table, depending on how you look at it. What did he pot? Right, so
he got away with it. He's got a shot.
Three balls gone, 12 ball cuts. 5 and 10 ball are open down the side here. 9 and 6 are there, so he's good to go here.
Yeah, you would expect he's going to run out here.
You know, if he gets
this shot can be missed. Those little cutbacks, you know, most of the better players on VP seem to shoot them pretty good, but those shots can be missed. It's real easy to overcut that and hit the tit.
He's gone dead straight in this 5. He doesn't want to be taking liberties trying to pot that and jump out for the 10. And he's the wrong side of the 1 to be potting it to get back down here for the 14. So
yeah, he's
what's that? The 11, is that the 13? So
he's a little funny here. Yeah. I mean, he could force the cue ball over with the 5 to shoot the 10, but
he's actually probably in one of the worst spots he could be to be potting a ball and get on to the next one. By the look of this.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 2 ball is reasonable, because the path it's going to take is going to be towards the 5 ball, but you got to be careful there, because that 9 ball can hook you. He's looking like he's going to do something with his 13 and try to come out for the 2, and you got to watch out for the 11 here.
Yeah,
just like that.
Yeah.
The way he was hitting it, it looked like he was going to hit the 11.
I liked your shot better, Steve, because he could cut that and go 2 or 3 rails and get onto the 13. I mean, he would have been unlucky to have hooked himself doing that, but
it wasn't without risk either. Yeah. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the shot he had, but I was straight behind him when he was lining up on that, and he was putting English on it and kind of stunning it, and I was like, that's going to hit the 11, and you know, it did. And if I can see this just watching somebody line up on a shot, then, you know, players at this level ought to be able to realize that that's going to happen. And, you know, that could be the difference in this match, is that, you know, maybe Cobra moves the cue ball a little better than Bedhead.
So the only cribbage that's there at the moment is the 11 and 4. that is easy to get at right now, because obviously we've got the 10 and 5, but the 10's in the kitchen and the 5's stuck to the rail.
Well, I don't see how the 11-4 is that easy. He's going to shoot the 4 into the 8 and then play the 7. Maybe you didn't see that 8 ball there, Hugh.
Wait a minute. Where's the... No, there's a 4 ball. Yeah, you're right enough. I never saw it. I never even noticed the 8 ball was over the corner.
I thought maybe
Watch out. Watch out.
I was thinking he might have could have just eased that 4 into that 8 on the last shot and then turned around and shot the 7.
So he's he got away with that. That 4 ball almost covered the 7. That would have been a bummer.
So we've got the...
Well, this is kind of tricky here. You know, the 1 ball is covered up a lot. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but I'd imagine he's going to go either 4-11 or 10-5. I kind of like shooting 11 and running into the 2 just because it opens up the 1 ball then. I would shoot the 11 and bump the 2, and then the 1 ball is wide open, and it makes the 14-1 simple. He's not going to do that. He's looking at the 4 ball first.
Well, if he'd actually gone further across here on this 11, he could do what you were talking about when he potted the 11, but he's got no angle to do that now, so he can't run into the 2 or the 1.
He's going to go 5 to 10, and you know, you just got to not get straight in on this 5. That's what you got to avoid. You just need a little angle.
Oh, he's way off the mark with that one.
Or you could completely miss the ball. That wasn't even close.
I don't know whether he had anything on the cue ball there to try and get it to hold a line, but that's what probably caused him to miss it by so much.
Yeah, he's trying to get real thick on it, and so he can, you know, I would have hit that with stun and brought it across off the side rail. I wouldn't have gone forward on that because it was, I think, pretty easy to control the speed and coming off that rail, but.
So we've got 6, 13, and 4 tied up.
Well, they've each made a pretty bad cue ball mistake this wreck. Well, I guess Cobra's wasn't a cue ball mistake. That was just dogging the ball.
Here's where the fun and games start. Now, is Bedhead going to be taking...
Well, I don't like this angle. You got to shoot the 9 ball. I don't know why he's looking over here. I would be shooting this 9 ball.
Me too.
I think what he's worried about is angle on the 9 ball is funny. I think that's why he doesn't like it. He didn't put this cue ball in a very good spot because there's no natural shot to get to. There was no natural shot to get to that line of balls.
No. So this is just going to be a lineup at the end of the day.
But, you know, for the 9, you needed to hit the right side of it, hit with enough speed, the cue ball comes back to the middle of the table because the 6 ball would go to the right. Now this is opportunity.
Yeah, this is interesting whether Cobra takes the bait because he's been given ball in hand, obviously. He can make whatever angle he wants to try and break these balls out and get lucky. Or is he going to just keep it tight?
If you're going to try to break these, you got to go into the side pocket, hit about the first diamond with right English, and spin in so that you hit like into the 4-9 in there. Well, he did not hit in the 4-9. You couldn't hit the end of it. You had to come into the 4-9 there so that the 4 would go to the side rail. You know, you come into the angle and you hit that, and those balls go to the side rail, and the cue ball comes out into the middle of the table. Even if it goes up to the end of the table, there's a good chance you're coming up with a shot, but you couldn't hit the end ball. That was death. So he's just going to play safe here. I mean,
just tuck the cue ball back behind the line of balls. I don't think there's much advantage to be taken by taking ball in hand off this shot. I think he's got to play from there because you can't play the two balls in the kitchen if you take ball in hand. That's obvious. And he's done it. So I don't know what Bedhead idea is here, just running onto them and running the one ball to the rail. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad play in that situation. I mean, there's not a whole lot here. I'm not sure you want to do that again. And he got away with it.
And now Cobra's, well, he's in a bit of trouble from the point of view that he's got to get a ball to a rail, obviously, and he's still got to get the cover, which he hasn't, I don't think.
He hasn't. Nope, he can make that 4.
No.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of like a one-pocket little thing, is these little dink-dink games, and that would favor Bedhead. He's played a lot of one-pocket. Because in those games, somebody's going to get to the point where they've got the guy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you can sort of count the turns. I'm going to do this, he's going to do that. I'm going to do this, he's going to do that. And if you're the guy that looks like, you know, you're going to come out on the wrong end of it, you better try something else. Because if you keep sitting there and dinking it, then you end up having what Cobra had, which is a loss.
Yeah, he's got a tied ball game. So Bedhead came out on top of that. Now, so this is the first time I've seen Bedhead break, so he's way over on the side.
Oh yeah, he broke from the side before, but it was the other side. He actually broke from
a couple of balls. I think
yeah, he's lost the cue ball though.
The 15 go in there, yeah, it did.
He's got 2 balls and he can't see either one.
Now, what about? Oh no,
311 combo. That's 311 combo is his best bet. And that's not a ridiculous shot. I mean, this is definitely a makeable combo. You almost can hit this 11 ball head on because it'll come off the rail.
He's unlucky. He just caught the 6.
Well, he hit it on the wrong side because you had a big pocket on the other side. He could have hit, you know, the first diamond and that 11 ball was going in. You know, the one thing you didn't want to do is overcut that shot.
So Cobra's studying the table. Right, so we've got those 2 balls within the kitchen line, the 13 and the 10. And he's obviously decided to play from there because the 13 and the 2 is on. Now that 3 and 9 aren't dead set.
The 9 will go. I mean, especially if you throw it a little. Yeah, hit it on the left side of the 3.
6 ball is not readily available. It's just you've got to get right over to the far side to get on it. What else is at the back there? Is that the 12? And the 3 ball, of course, would be opened up if you made the combo. So there's work to do here.
Yeah, I think, unfortunately, the side the 9 needs to be, 3 needs to be hit on to make that 9 is the left side, which makes it hard to get to the 6 ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting to see what he decides to do here. You could play the 10-5. He's going to take a whack at the stack, which...
That's a stub shot there.
Doesn't look like it worked out, but he's got the 114 combo, and he can just keep the cue ball right there. He can throw this 1 ball with some left English. He just needs to throw it a little. If he hits this 1 ball with left English, it'll throw a little and make the 14, and the cue ball will sit right there. Now, you got to be careful you don't overthrow this. I mean, looking at it, I'm thinking like maybe a half a tip, maybe a little more. See, I don't like that. Okay, he drew it back in the 15. That's fine. I would have hit that with English just because I thought that was an easy way to get it to sit there, but he figured out how to do it.
Well, he's on the 7-8 balls in the open.
Well, that's a good shot because that's probably a game-winning shot right there on that 14. He can certainly play the 6 and then the 9 after this. And I'm not sure what he's doing. He could be playing the 4. He could be playing the 6. I like playing the 6 here, but he may decide to do something different. And he's going to go here, and I think he can go 11-4 and then 6. 5. Oh, God, he's a little straight in. He drew that back a little too much.
I thought he was actually going to try and draw it back towards the 6 for the 4 ball rather than just kill it stone dead.
Yeah, he's okay here. He may be playing the 8-7 after this. See what he decides to do. I mean, he may not be confident of throwing that 9 ball in. I think it's an easy shot, but he may not be confident. I mean, those balls are pretty much frozen. The 9 and the 3 ball. It's gonna throw if you hit it on the left side of the 3.
So 8-7. And
then probably 10-5. He just doesn't look like he wants to mess with that 9 ball.
No, I think he's just going to do his best to pick these off that's in the open rather than having to try and disturb them when he doesn't really need to when they are there. I mean, he only needs this one for the rack, so.
No, he needs one more crib. You're looking at the games,
I'm looking at the games. I'm looking at the games again.
At least you're consistent.
Oh yeah, I'm consistently looking at the wrong bloody bit nod. Now, what does he do here? Does he?
He's going to play the 10 and the 5.
Yeah.
He's just going to roll this across and, come out to the middle of the table. And, I mean, this is all simple. I mean, when you've got a ball coming across the line like that on the 5, it's still pretty easy because he's got like 4 or 5 feet that ball can roll and he's still got a good shot on the 5. So coming across the line isn't always the end of the world. Now, if you're rolling close to the 5 ball across the line, then that's tough. But, with that much room. Well, he's breaking from the side too, and he's breaking on the second ball also. So these guys are both doing the same thing.
Well, the corner ball went in there. I think it was the 3 that went.
He's lost the cue ball, and this one may not be so good. No, I mean, that's just the foot of the table is the worst place to put the cue ball. There's the least chance of getting a shot.
The way these balls are sitting, though.
I think he's going to play the combo here, and
yeah,
this is a makeable shot.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, he hit it good. And that's what you got to do. That's how you get good at this. Instead of saying, oh, we need to change the rules, how about just learning how to play pool so you can shoot that shot? That's my solution. Learn to play.
So, well, the table's all there for him. He's just got to do the normal stuff and pick his way through these. 13-2, not a problem. 7 right in the middle of the table. 8's adjacent to him at the moment. 1 and 14's adjacent to him. Well, it's difficult to see where this can go wrong. 9 and 6 is available. 6 into the side, 9 up the top left-hand corner. So this is going to be a 2-rack lead in a minute here unless Cobra makes a complete hash of it.
Yeah, it would be pretty hard to screw this up. 9-6, 5-10. I mean, 1-4. I mean, everything's open.
Yeah, that's why there was a wee bit of pressure on him. I think he looked at the table. When he looked at the table there, he knew that he had to get a real go at that combo because he knew fine well that if he didn't get it, that Bedhead was going to do this. So he took on the shot, he had to, and he's got the reward.
I'll see if he plays for this 5 ball. The shot here is hit this with left English and just kill it off the end rail. See if he does that. I mean, that's how you get on this 5 ball. You just hit it with left English and kill it.
Now, are you talking about killing it for that gap that he just played into, or are you talking about?
Yeah, it's just the safe way to play that with left English because you can't, right what he did, because you can't you can't lose the cue ball that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're just controlling the speed of it. You know, the hardest part in pool isn't getting the line right. You know, when you become a good player, you're going to get the cue ball going on good lines. The hardest part is controlling the speed.
Mm-hmm.
Finally online with the machine is, well, you probably have 2 accounts, semi-pro, and 2 computers.
Finally online when we... Oh, yeah. Well, you actually... I was looking at Machine's history. You've already played him in a challenge room a while back. So Cobra has gone into a 2-rack lead. Oh, 3 balls going to get kicked in by the 10 eventually. Now, where's the 12 gone though?
Well, that's not a terrible cue ball. He's a little on the low side. And he didn't come up with a shot. I mean, if he would have been in the center of the table, he would have had a shot.
Well, he's looking at rescuing it again with a combo.
Yeah, that's the problem with that second ball break, is that it's hard to get the cue ball up. I mean, the normal thing is going back and forth, which is, you know, basically how you get there.
Another good combo.
Well, these guys are going to get good in combo playing this game.
So easy 10-5, easy 8-7 if he wants that.
Yeah, it's going to be 7-4 here.
Yeah.
Cobra's starting to get a gap going here, or he's getting a few games in front. Bedhead needs to up his game. I mean, he does really control his draw well, maybe better than anybody on VP.
So, I thought he was going to be playing the 8-7 there. You've got 9-6 wide open as well, even though the 9's down here in the bottom rail, just near the corner pocket. 6 is wide open, so...
Yeah, he's looking at 8-7. He may go to the 9 after the 7. I mean, if you get a little angle on that 9, go forward around the corner, it's rolling on a good line for the 6 ball. Yeah, so this you just go around the corner with a little bit of left English, and you're rolling right at the 6 ball.
Yeah.
He may choose to shoot the 4 to the 11.
Again, he's doing the right thing that... I think he's decided he's taking the 4-11, but he's just looking around for what he feels he's comfortable with, and he's got the pattern in his head where he wants to go.
Well, he's got himself a little funny here. I think he's going to have to go 14-1 after this. That's really the only good option he's got.
Yeah, the straightforward shot is just to, stun this in and stun onto the 14, and the rest takes care of itself.
He's spending a lot of time looking at this 9 ball, and he should just go 14-1. I mean, I thought the shot last time was 9 ball, go around the corner to the 6. I thought that was more productive. But, I mean, this game's a lot like 8 ball, and that you can play a lot of patterns that maybe aren't optimal and get away with it because there's a lot of choices. Well, Bedhead needs to get in gear here. I think so far Cobra's shown a little bit more speed, and that's why he's ahead.
Well, the first objective Bedhead has to do is to get a hold of the cue ball and win a rack so that he's breaking if he can get on a little roll that way, because he's not going to get on a little roll any other way as long as Cobra sat there potting balls. Well, in the last 2 racks, Cobra has cleared up from a second shot combo to make the cribbage.
I think he needs to either cut this in or play it off the 14. You certainly could play this off the 14 as long as you don't baby it.
Yeah, that's what he's
If you baby it, it could hit the TID. As long as you hit this with speed, I think you're okay.
He's looking at it. Let's look at the angle. Well, whether he needs to be careful with the cue ball, but he's looking at another angle here.
Yeah, he's looking at back cutting it into the corner.
Yeah,
which
really difficult. So here's the opportunity that Bedhead's been waiting on, and he's got to work out a way to get this done. Doesn't want to let Cobra back to the table. So, and again, the problem is these balls down the bottom here where we are. We've got the 8 ball more or less tied up, 10 ball over the pocket, 5 balls not easy to get to. So it's
yeah. This table's a little bit of a mess, but you know this is where you earn your money by understanding how to work your way through the rack. And that was a good shot.
So 9 ball. Now, does he come back into the middle of the table to more or less where he is, maybe just below the 2 ball, take the 1 in the side and drop the 14 in the side, drop down for the 1?
He could do that. He also can play the 7 and the 8. I mean, he's got a lot of choices here.
Well, the 7 and the 8, the chances with that, unless he get really good on it, the chances are he's cutting the 8 from the middle of the table with the Bedhead cut and bumping the 1.
I mean, he could go to the 1 right here, but it's you got to hit this good because you got to get into the corner and get out and miss the 2 ball.
Oh dear.
Well, that's what he was thinking. See, that was the shot he was playing. He was playing for the 1 ball, but I mean,
well, to me, the simplest shot was just to knock that 9 in, come back up and get low on the 14 so you can drop down for the 1. I don't know why he felt he had to get down for the 1 first of all.
That's one of those deals like, you know, you do in real life where you're focused on trying to get the position and then just miss the ball. I mean, that's the thing is when you're putting English on the cue ball, it does affect the aim and you've got to process all that. And he didn't there. That ball wasn't close to going in.
Yeah, well, that's a big opportunity there. Although there was work to get done, there's a good chance there for Bedhead, and he's committed the Cardinals in and let Cobra straight back into the table. And he may well have seen the last of this rack.
I would imagine he has. I mean, this is sitting pretty good now. I mean, it's not an automatic rack because there's a lot of balls on opposite ends of the table that are cribbages. And when you're going back and forth up and down the table, that always makes it tougher.
Good evening to Jose. So
probably going to go 3-12 here. This is just slide the ball across and shoot the 12 in the side pocket. You could run into the 9-6 if you want. And in that case, you might have the 12 in the corner pocket.
No, he's coming back off this for the look of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like hitting it that way. It was pretty easy to slide it across.
He's now in one of these little tricky angles where you can go either way.
Well, this isn't a bad shot, really. I mean, it's not a shot you should miss. I think visually it's a little bit weird. I mean, this is a shot a lot of people have trouble with in real life. But, you know, if you're a good player, you understand the visual on that.
Yeah, if you've played VP long enough, the thing is I always find shots like that, you should just trust your instinct, your first, you know, as soon as you're looking down at that angle, the more you then re-look at it and think about it, sometimes the worse it is. I think it's better to be more instinctive in something like that and spend, you know, most of your shot clock looking at it.
He's got himself funny, and he tried to play a shot that was, you know, he got about as much out of that as he was going to get. He's okay.
So he can just get to the 1.
But I think that all funniness all started by not playing for the 12 on the side. And he's gotten away with it, and he's going to be out here.
You know, the 12 on the side was a sort of more natural path the cue ball wanted to go. You know, just go into the middle of the table, and then you're behind the 12 into the side. He decided to draw across from it. But, he's still in reasonable shape here. Now, what's he on? That's him on the start of his 4th cribbage.
Cobra is really good at drawing the ball, and you know, but you can start relying on that too much.
Right, so we've got this for the 4th cribbage and the 11 and the 4 for the final cribbage, so or the 13-2, whatever he wants. He's got 2 cribbages sitting in the open, so there's no worry here. He should be done and dusted. Well, at least I said hello to you, Jose. Nobody else has.
I'll say hello. Hello, Jose.
Yeah, nobody in the chat's paying any attention to Jose. I see now the alarm bells are ringing for Bedhead. But then again, he had his chance. And he's thrown that chance away. Now this looks dry, which is the first good thing if you're in Bedhead's corner. And he's got a 13-2 to start him off.
Yeah, he's got to get out this wreck. I mean, he's down 4 games. He's going to get dusted off if he does not get out this wreck. I mean, if he gets any further behind, I think he's done. So,
well, at least we know that he should be fully focused because he's already aware of the scoreboard. So I think he'll be trying his damnedest to get this done. He hasn't finished good in the 2 for a start, and that's gone straight down the pan.
Well, I think he was trying to come out and shoot that 2 in the corner, and then just underhit it and got funny, and then he missed the ball.
Yeah, and he's feeling the pinch because he knows that Cobra's already crept away, and he's making the mistakes because of it.
And, Cobra gets out here, it's 9-4, and he's breaking. So, he's got a good shot on the 3 here. The only thing you got to watch out for shooting a 3 is scratching in the side pocket. But I like shooting a 3 ball. Oh, he's got ball in hand. What am I thinking? Never mind.
And he's coming back for the 14 into the side pocket. So that's that crib out the way. We've got, the 6 cuts down the side rail, so that isn't a problem.
Oh yeah, he's out here. I mean, this is a foregone conclusion. Other than dogging it, he's out.
11-4 are available. It's everywhere you're looking, you can see where, as long as you pick your way and choose the right path, they should get there.
Well, we got a little funny here. I mean, this is actually kind of funny here.
I'm looking at the angle he's got. I think he's fine.
I think he should go forward here. He looks like he's coming backwards. If I'm shooting this 12 ball, I'm kind of stunning it forward and going between the 9 and 15.
Yeah, there's loads of room to go on the 3. I don't see.
Yeah,
he's maybe considered the 11-4 there for a second, but he's loads of gap to just stun this through the gap or roll through and get out.
Yeah, just like that. That's fine. So yeah, he's got the 11-4 next. He's done here. 11-4, maybe 9-6. Could take 10-5. I mean, they're all sitting there. The 7's not so wonderful, but.
A quick question to Slim, if he's still watching. How do you feel about your call for Bedhead now, Slim? Because Bedhead's making the mistakes.
Well, Cobra got a little funny here. I would shoot the 4-ball and come into the center of the table. He's looking at the 6. I don't like it. And he's looking at the 10. I don't like that either. But he hit that pretty good. That seemed like a tough shot. I mean, the 4 was natural. You just pocket the ball and you come into the center of the table and shoot the 11.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like doing crazy stuff like that. I mean, that's how you get in trouble being crazy. I take it he's going to do 8-7 now. He may do 13-2. I like 8-7 at this point. Shoot the 7 up table. Just keep the cue ball right there and shoot the 7 up table. Yep, just like that.
And then 11-4 or 13-2, whatever he wants. I mean, you're in a good position where you've got a choice of what the next cribbage is going to be.
Yeah, it's hard to screw up from here. Yeah, he's going to shoot the 2 and 13. And that'll be it. And it'll be 9-4 and Cobra's breaking. I mean, this is
Well, it'll be the best comeback in the tournament so far. Not that we've seen any.
Well, you got to give Cobra credit. He's played pretty good this match. He's made a few mistakes, but in general, he's been pretty solid. And Bedhead has been rattled.
Andy stayed awake through all of it so far. Cobra. He's fell asleep during the streams, but he stayed awake in this. Andy's got another ball in the break, at least one. Oh,
well,
disaster.
He probably fell asleep in the streams because he's listening to us.
Well, there's the encouragement that Bedhead needs. Although, again, it's ugly looking at the top end of the table.
Yeah, he could have used an easier table than this. That 14 ball is a maybe. It's a little dicey where it's sitting. It might not go in. He's going to play the 10-5. 10-5 and boy.
And then start scratching your head because I don't see where the next one is. 11-4. 11 up past, in fact.
Yeah, I think it's tricky because you get on this 11 ball straight and it's going to be tough to get on the 4. I mean, you might be better off going 10 to the 4 and then shoot the 15-11 combo. That's the thing. A lot of players aren't thinking combo as part of the plan up front.
See, now again, he's gone pretty straight in this 11. Now,
yeah, see, I don't like this. I would have played. He should shoot the 4 here and then play the 15-11 combo.
How about this, Steve? How about using the left side of the 11 ball to get the cue ball over to the left of the 4, kick the 11 into the rail and knock it in off the 14 and open up the 14 in this process?
I mean, you can do that. I mean, you can play just to try to get on the side rail. You've always got the combo if you need it. And that's what he's trying to do. And he's gotten there. Now, shooting us off the 14 may be a pretty good idea if that 14 doesn't go. And
he's doing iffy. That. I think he's doing that.
I think shooting us off the 14 is a good play because, and you can get the cue ball to go into that 2-12 at the same time because you're cutting this 11, and if you can spread that 2-12.
I thought he was doing that, but now it doesn't look like it.
Well, I think that's the best play.
Yeah, he has done it. Yeah, he did it from the inside. Yeah,
it was beautiful. He went right into 2-12 and he hit it with speed, which was what he needed to do because you could have left yourself, stuck on that 2-12 or not having a shot.
But there's a prime example of how you can open up the rack to have the chance to now win it. I mean, he's on the 12. He's on the 1. He can get right over to the far side to cut the 14.
Yeah, that was a smart play because the 12 was a little tricky.
Yeah.
And he had the 2 ball to the 13, and that was tricky too.
That was one shot that's got him in a position to get this on the board.
Yeah, I mean it's past must-win games. I mean he's in real trouble here. He's going to have to play great to have any chance at this point.
Now, is that the 12 that's up the top end of the table, past the 6? I think it is.
Yep, it is. And
so he's
this
got a good
is pretty
angle.
natural. Now, see, I don't like that going straight down.
You would go the rail.
Yeah. If you watch most good players, they would go to the rail on that. Hit it with a little inside and go to the rail.
Well, knowing Bedhead's luck, he would probably hit the tit in the corner pocket, in the middle pocket, and come back into the line of the 6 and hook himself. I think he went what he thought would be the safest route. So he's on, he's on 4 cribbages at the moment, so two, and just roll it in. I think for the 13 shouldn't be any issue. By the way, it was the commentator's eye that called that shot in the first place, guys. I hope you remember that. Kicking the ball off the side rail and kicking it in off that combo that was blocking the 14 ball. That was a commentator's eye that called it before he eventually got round to playing it. Oh dear, I think he's come up dry. Yeah, didn't hear anything go. So there's where things don't do you any favours. See, now, with my idea for the ruling, he could just work out a shot where he could just play into the kitchen here with my new rule that I introduced. But now he's up the proverbial creek without a paddle here, because these balls are all sitting wide open. And
yeah, well, I mean, in any pool game, if you break the balls and you leave open table, you're in trouble. More likely in a game like 8-ball or cribbage. I mean, this is a lot like 8-ball on the break. If you spread them out and you don't make a ball, you're pretty much done. Now, on a bar table, maybe not. That's one of the reasons why bar table 8-ball is such a good game. When you play on a 9 or 10 footer, it's a run out pool. There's not a lot. It's hard to play safe. There won't be so many clusters.
You've got a lot more acreage to work with, whereas in the bar table, you've very confined spaces. And when you've got 15 balls on the table, then there's not a lot of open land that you can run into. I
was listening to, what's his name? I got it right. The guy that's the house pro at Steinway, the Hispanic guy, real good player. Now I can't remember his name. I was listening to him on a stream, and he was saying that they were playing. Strickland was playing Efren in 10 foot or 8-ball, and he said, "Well, it's you really can't play safe here a lot." He said, "On a bar table where you're going to be playing safe and stuff," he says, "I'm as good as anybody in the world. I can play anybody, but on a 9 or 10 footer." I can't. Some of these guys just run out too much. Mm-hmm. And that's why in this game, if you break and you don't make a ball, you're, now chances are you're done. I mean, because the other guy's going to run out. And it's just the nature of this game. Now, would this game be better on a bar table? Maybe. I mean, this would probably be a good game on a bar table.
Oh, I think the matches could last 4 hours on a bar table.
Well, you'd certainly probably want to play a shorter race, but you'd see a lot less breaking and running out on a bar table.
Well, cribbage. I'm calling him Cribbage now instead of Cobra. He's funny here. He's got to get down into the bottom half of the table to play this into the side, this 6-ball. And he's just overcooked it.
Watch out. Well, he may have gotten lucky. I think this is lined up almost dead. It looks like the 6-ball is a little overcut on this 3-way combo.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
But I think the 6 ball will throw enough that I think it's dead.
Well, put it this way, I don't think there's any way you should be looking at any other shot other than looking at this 2-10-6 combo, because I like the look of it.
Yeah. It looks like it's overcutting a little, but I think it'll throw a little. I think it'll go in if he just hits it straight.
Well,
what do you do that for? That doesn't make any sense. I guess he was just trying to tie a ball up, but maybe he never looked at this thing. It was sitting pretty good. I mean, he might have needed to move it a little, but I would have been shooting at that 6.
Well, look at where the 10's going. Well, I mean, I suppose if you want to be really critical about this, it could run into the 15. It might be overcutting it slightly, but
yeah, it might not throw enough. But you've got a gap between the 2 and the 10. You could have hit the 2 and cut the 10 back a little.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a reasonable shot to shoot it. I'm surprised he did what he did.
Well, we're never going to know because I mean, from the point of view that he just played the deliberate foul there. Well, more or less, because obviously he couldn't get the companion ball. Why he didn't just go for the combo? He's still going to lose the rack, more or less, or he's riding his luck that Bedhead can't do anything with what's up the table. Because Cobra's already on 2 cribbages. Bedhead's just gotten his first, but if we have a look, I mean, the 2 goes and the 10 goes, so there isn't a problem. I mean, so I don't know why Cobra didn't have a go at that for the hell of it.
Well, he was trying to make that ball, and then the 9 and 11 would be tied up together, but I think there's enough balls on the table, and Bedhead plays good enough, he would have figured out how to deal with that.
No.
I would have for sure shot the 10-2-6.
Now, he's got to be careful here because he's dead straight in this 6 and he's tried to pinch it, you see, and he's looked at. Oh, what a jammy git he is.
Jammy, huh?
He's got out of jail there because he was dead straight, he was trying to pinch a little bit there, and that's why he missed the pot. And I'll tell you something, he's came up smelling the roses there. But the other thing is, if you get a little lucky break like that, then you've got to make the most of it. And he's got to get balls in the break here. And I tell you, I'm going to say the same thing I said about Albinario. Get that break down the centre. Look at how it turned it for Albinario. He was breaking duff all night until he changed it.
This is he needs to take advantage of this. You're right.
Well, the first way of taking advantage is changing this damn break and getting something that's going to have a better option of getting a ball in. Good evening to Bankster.
That was a well-played shot there to get on the 2 ball.
So that's the first objective there. He's escaped one there by fluking that 6. He's still going to the side.
Hi, Bankster.
He's got a ball. I don't know what it was. What went down? So he needs the 13, and the 13 is on. So that's a good start.
Yep.
Now, what else have we got? Well, he's got the 12 and 3 adjacent to one another. The 12 is fairly tight to the rail, but it's off the rail. The 11's a bit more of a worry because they're exactly the same.
Yeah,
the 4's available, 9's available. Yeah, so this is good.
Yeah, he's just rolling this, which you can get away with that. I would have hit that in real life with inside for sure, just to try to hold the ball. You start slow rolling balls in real life like that, and all kinds of bad things can happen. Not only is your stroke not as accurate, but balls can roll off. Yeah, Bedhead has played like he's nervous. That's what he's looked like because he's made a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes. Right now he looks under control, and maybe he's settled down and he's going to start playing well.
Well, as long as he keeps getting a ball in the break and he keeps running the table, if he needs that luck to have a shot at the cribbage. I mean, it sounds obvious to say all these things, but that's what he needs. It's the most obvious things he needs. He needs to be breaking, getting a ball or balls, and having cribbages available when that. And it's very easy to lose momentum. He can get momentum here, but it's so quickly can be fried by coming up dry in the next rack, and then off goes Cobra again.
Well, I mean, he's going to need things to go his way, but he got lucky last rack and took advantage of it. And oh my God,
good God Almighty!
You have got to be kidding me.
Well,
there's just
that's the worst win at the worst miss of the tournament right there. That is it right there.
That's a suicide miss.
Yeah, I blame you, Steve, because you were saying that he was nervous and he's looking to settle down, and look what happened.
Wow, he just looked like he just flat out cut that ball.
Yeah, again, he's just trying to be too cute. Get the ball in the hole. That's the first objective. But
you never expected him to miss that ball.
That is a total sellout there.
I might not miss that ball.
Well, that's touch and go. On VP4, Steve.
Yeah, I know.
Oh dear, but no, I mean that is how to sell your soul to the devil with that shot.
Well, he's got himself a little funny here. He's going to go for the 7, which I think is wise. That 12 ball is just a little funny.
Yeah, but no, the two of them aren't on the rail. They're just a couple of millimeters off the rail, those two balls.
And that was well played. He kind of hit it in the thin side of the pocket, maybe keep the cue ball on the track where it would go to the end rail.
Well, I think that little sequence that we had there, even though it was only sort of like the beginnings of something, Bedhead's well and truly shot himself in the foot there.
And that's good speed. See, now on this shot, you can hit this with right English and a little stun. He's going to go for the 3, but you could play that 12 ball and hold it, because
you just
if
check
you hit it
off
with right English, you basically are almost hitting it into the rail, and the cue ball will react and stay. I mean, a lot of these little shots are just knowledge on how to play them and stuff. But when you get a ball frozen to the rail, I mean, it's, the cue ball is going to want to move really hard off the rail, but you can hit it with English and hit that ball really thick, let the English throw it and stop the ball pretty quick. Keep it from sliding across. Now, this kind of shot, well, for sure in real life, you don't want to baby this. I think in VP, he probably will. But in real life, I would hit it about like he did. Yep, that's how I would always hit it. Maybe not draw it quite so much, but hit it that speed.
Well, Cobra moves to double figures. And now,
commentator curse him.
Yeah, Bedhead's now, his future is in the lap of Cobra, doing him some favours.
Well, that 9 ball he missed was, I mean, he was out, and it was going to be 9-7 with Bedhead breaking, and that was bad. Yeah, let's see what he can get here for the break. He's trying to get the cue ball back. I'm kind of surprised nobody's scratched on the side yet, breaking the way they are.
Oh, look at this
table. He's got
the
cue ball out in the middle of the table, so that's nice, but he didn't make a ball.
He's dry, so again, an invitation to the party. The 9, he's dead on. The 6 is a bit funny to get to. What's the angle like in this 9? Well, he's got a slight angle to try and stun through the gap between. He might run into the 15, but he's bound to be on the 9, on the 6.
I like the 1 to the 14. I think that's a a better shot.
Yeah, because what's that ball? No, that's a 10. Where's the 14? I can't see it. Oh, that's down here as well. Yeah, that's down here as well.
You could play the 2 to the 13, but I think the 1 to the 14 is safer. He's going to play over to the 2, and that's going to work. Then maybe go 7-8 or 14-1. Yeah, looking like he's gonna. Yeah, he's kind of straight in on that. Yeah, he's got 14-1 if he wants it. I don't think he wanted to be quite so straight on the 7.
Well, it's going to be 4-11 next.
Yeah, this table's just sitting too good for him not to run out here.
He could end up going probably end up going 5-10.
He could go 5-10. He could go 12-3. I mean, he's got a lot of choices there.
As long as he knows where he's going, that's the most important thing. And as long as he gets there, he's still in the match. If he can get the use of the break and get some nice rolls.
Yeah, I wasn't in love with that choice. That was kind of. I think he could have put the cue ball a lot better places, but he's okay. He's got some choices here. Unfortunately, he's kind of straight on this ball, which limits him. He's probably going to have to play for the 12 ball next. I mean, if he had a little angle, he could play for the 9 and then slide over for the 6. But
yeah, he can go forward in the 9.
Boy, he got funny on this 12. He didn't want to roll forward. That's just too thin on it. That makes it a lot harder to control it. He was at an angle, I guess, on the 9 where he could play that. That's sort of fortunate because that angle, is just slightly different, and you can't do that shot.
So still trailing by 3, but it should have been closer than this.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's not out of it.
He's got a ball. He's got another ball.
Lost the cue ball, though.
The cue ball's tied away. There's another ball on the side. That's actually done him a favour, Steve. The one ball's gone in the side there, and he's plumb on the 14.
Yeah, because he was pretty much done if that didn't go in.
Now, that there is a big help. If that one ball had stayed in the table, he was probably done for, I think.
Well, the easy shot here is just run into the 8 and then shoot the 10 up in the corner and go forward with the 13. I would think he's going to try to run into the 8 here. Well, okay, that'll work too. He kind of slid through a little. He bumped the 8, so that's fine. He's going to get all 3 of these, and then
yeah,
I think it's pretty easy pickings.
13's the next one.
Yeah, I mean, he's at an angle here where he could slide down maybe if he wants for the 12 and the 3, or he'll probably shoot the, well, he's got the 6 and the 9. He's got to be a little careful here on where he goes. He's a little straighter on the 13 than would be optimal.
I reckon that he's got to be playing for the 12-3 because I don't think...
He can go forward here. He didn't go forward. He's going to play the combo. And that's good thinking. I mean, he could have gone forward on that to the side rail, but, there was some risk there. I think that was a smart play, just taking the shot is there. And it opens up the 12 or the 7 ball for him, and he's looking good. So I'd imagine he'll play out for the 8. Yep. And that's the right shot there. I mean, that's a pretty reliable shot going forward 2 rails, little English.
Well, he got a roll there at the beginning of that rack with the 1 ball actually eventually going in.
You know, he's played pretty good except for a few really bad dog shots. I mean, that's been the difference in this match has been those balls he's missed.
Oh, a couple of balls in. One of them's a
Well, the
15
cue
though.
ball's in the middle of the table, so that's pretty good. Does he have a shot? And no, he doesn't. Well, I mean, he got the cue ball in a pretty good place. I mean, higher up the table is better, but that's, you know, for a side break, that's pretty good where he got it. He's going to have to shoot this combination. And this combination is kind of tricky. When you're cutting left and left or right and right, so this is kind of like a compound angle. He's got to cut the 6 left and cut the 1 left, and those are visually very difficult.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the hardest kind of combo. If you're zigzagging, it's easier than that kind of double cut the same way. And he did not hit it very well, which isn't a total surprise because that's just a tough shot.
So now Cobra has chosen ball in hand for an easy 8-7. Well, 13, is that the 13 that's there? No, that's, I can't see what one's the 13 and what one's the 11. 13's in the top rail, so,
well,
the bottom rail.
He's got the 4 ball. He can go to 11-4. I mean, he can play the combo with the 5. And then he's sitting right there for the 13. I mean, he's got himself pretty straight on the 7, but I'd probably play to the middle of the table for the 11 here and then try to play the 5-4 combo because that just opens everything up. He could also, the 9-4 combo is also on, you know, it just depends on how he gets on this 11. But that's what I'd be playing for here is the 11 ball and then figure out how to get to the 4. And I think that's what he's going to do here. Yeah, well, he's got a couple choices here. He could hit this 11 ball with high left and go around the corner and then shoot the 9-4. Or he could just kind of bunt it over here and use the 5-4. Which I think the advantage of that is, well, the problem with that is the 5 might hit the cue ball. What's he doing here?
I think he's giving it serious thought. I don't think he likes potting the 9 and hoping to get good on one of those balls to play the combo.
See, I don't like this.
He's playing the combo first, but he's got away with it.
Yeah. That to me was a hard way. But he hit it good. I mean, if he bumps that 12 and then all of a sudden he's hooked on 11, but he hit it good. I would have played the 11 first for sure.
Yeah, because you 2 balls that you could play a combo or a billiard onto that 5 ball.
Yeah, you had a choice. It
was, or the 4 ball, was it?
It was pretty simple. He's looking at the 6, drawing back for the 9, which is okay. And we'll see what he does after this. And maybe the 12-3, that's sitting pretty good. Shoot the 12 up table. Just roll this 9 ball, shoot the 12 up table, and then take the 3 ball. And then you can take the 10 and the 5.
Yeah.
That's all pretty simple. And that's what he's going to do.
Well, Bedhead's needing something to happen for him rather quickly.
Well, he needs Cobra to do what he's been doing, which is dog it. Now, let's see what he decides to do here, whether he comes back for the 10, which I think is the best play. He's just got a little funny on the 3. Yeah, he can just go forward on this 10 ball. Need to hit this with maybe a touch of left English. He's just going to cinch it. And
back to 3 in front.
Yeah, and he needs 4 and Bedhead needs 7. I mean, this is... Boy, every game the Bedhead screws up really hurts at this point.
Well, I mean, again, you couldn't say he screwed that rack up because he couldn't, he was left with a really dodgy combo to try and make the cribbage to start off the rack. So again, that's where
True.
it's, there was nothing that Bedhead did wrong there other than not pull out a cracking combo, which
I agree.
he couldn't get.
That was a very difficult combo. But he's made mistakes in the past, like the big one was that 9-ball.
Oh yeah, I mean he can only look back at that and realise where he went wrong. Well, certainly went wrong more than once, but not as big as that.
If he doesn't make any mistakes the rest of this match, he still may not win. I mean, he's going to need some help from Cobra and maybe some luck. And that did him no good there. Oh, boy. Well, that was unfortunate.
So, Cobra.
Cobra's got, he's not. This is a little funny. I think he's going to shoot the 13 and then take the 2 in the side.
Yeah.
I mean, this is easy, just slide across just like that. Yeah, and that was a smart shot. I mean, this table isn't horrible. He was just in kind of a funny spot.
10-5. Is that the 10 or the 12? I keep thinking it's a 12. It's a 10.
Yeah, 10-5 is sitting good. 12-3 is sitting pretty good if you get on the 12 right. You can shoot the 3 up in the corner by the 7. And that's nice. He got a little angle, so he can just slide this out and then shoot the 10. Yeah. If he gets right on after 10 on the 6, he can just slide the cue ball over and then shoot the 9. Although he's got to figure out if he does that where he's going to go after that. He could shoot the 8 and 7 then. And he did not slide it over, so he's not playing in the side pocket, but this is fine too. I would think you just, you don't want to get on the wrong side of the 6.
Is he looking at an 11-3 combo for the 3-12?
He's looking at the 12, I think. He's going to play the 12 here. And the 3 is sitting really wonderful because you can shoot, even though you're coming across the line, this is pretty easy to get pretty straight in on the corner.
He's going
to shoot the 4 ball. Well, I mean, I think that's a smart play because it opens up the 3. Makes that simpler. Well, he got himself a little funny on the 4. He did not want to draw the cue ball back that much. It was very simple if he was straight in because then he shoots the 3 and the 12. This is a little touchier because now he's got a funny angle on the 3. Yeah, he's just going to shoot the 6 here, I think, and roll forward and take the 9. This 3, you don't want to. He's going to drop back.
Yeah, he's going into the open space. He's got loads of room to go on the 12.
Yeah, and he controlled the speed well. That was the only way he could screw that up. Now let's see what he decides to do here. Because this is a funny little shot. I think that was a wise play there.
Now, after those matches the other night there last night, I never looked at the stats. I'll look at them tonight.
I'd imagine he's going to shoot 9 and 6. He's looking at the 1 ball.
Well, he's just going to roll straight across, isn't he? The angle's fine to go on the 14. That's not a problem.
Yeah. A lot of choices. I mean, now it's it's more than 2-1. He only needs 3 games, and he's breaking.
Yeah, it's what I call a sensational comeback if Bedhead gets out of this hole.
Well, it looked like he broke on the third ball down that time.
3 balls in the break, 4 balls in the break, and one of them's got to be a cribbage. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, Bedhead's going to need some help here. If he plays perfect, he probably can't win without help from Cobra.
Andy's on the 14, so it ain't rolling well for Bedhead this rack.
No, this looks like it's going to be 13-8, and I thought this match would be closer than this, but Bedhead really has made some big mistakes. So you got to hand it to Cobra. He's played well.
Well, Cobra's got the 5-10. He's also got the 2 where he can just run around and play the 11-13. In fact, he doesn't even need to play the 11-13 combo. He can get into the gap and pot the 13.
That's a 9.
Or is that the 9? What one's up there? No, that's the 13. Yeah, sorry.
It's a 9-13 combo. You said 11-13.
Did I? Right. Don't listen to me. Well, he's on the 2.
Who do I think will win this world championship? Well, I think the favorite's Albin. I think Cobra's got a chance. I think LS3 is a dark horse.
Steve, you had a chance to say, I think it's going to be a Swede that might win it, but it ain't going to be Bedhead. The way he's going.
It's not looking like Bedhead, but you never know. He could play really great in the future matches. He's only going to the losers bracket.
Well, this was the combo I was talking about, and it is a 9-13 combo, followed by the 6-9 to seal the deal.
LS3 is, you got to have some confidence, LS3. You're the dark horse. You could be in the final.
Well, again, you have absolutely nothing to lose. All the people that play are more worried about you than you're worried about them. You should be worried about them. Well, it's grim reading for Bedhead.
Yeah, well, Cobra's played a very strong match here. It really has. And Bedhead's been a little under par.
And that's
this could be a dry break here. This is
it's dry. What we got? Well, he's drawn back. He's looking at 11 to draw back for the 4. I don't think there's an awful lot else there. 14.
Well,
no.
He needs to run out here and then probably break and run out another 3 or 4 to have a chance in this. I mean, first time he screws up, Cobra's on the hill. That's kind of the nails in the coffin.
I think the worry he's got here is where does he go next if he draws off this 11 and plays the 4? Is he looking at the 14?
Well, I mean, he's got a 5-10 combo, which is a pretty good play. I wouldn't shoot it now, but I would probably shoot the hit 11. And the problem with drawing across is the side pocket's in play. See, that's why you didn't want to do that. You draw that 11 across, and you got to miss the 7, and it's real easy to put it in the side pocket. I think that was a smart play doing it that way. But he may play for the 14-1 here. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but that's not any good at all.
No.
Boy, that's real trouble.
The other thing is he can't see this 5-10 combo.
No, he can shoot the 1 ball here. It does go by the 10 and kind of try to... Well, he could try to draw the cue ball back into the 3. That makes the 1 a lot harder to make, though. I mean, you could slide the cue ball across into the, straight across the head string and have a shot on the 14. I think he's almost got to shoot this 1 ball. He's looking at the 7.
That's 0.5 millimeter off the rail, that ball. Barely 0.5 millimeter, that 1 ball.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a ball you want to have to hit hard. I mean, that makes the pocket a lot smaller on something like that. Well, let's see. What's he going to do here? I don't like this. I'd shoot the 8 in the side. He's shooting in the corner, and he's going to draw it a little because the scratch is there. All right, that's fine. So maybe 14-10. Hit this 14 real easy and keep it close to the 14-1. I'd hit the 14 first, just kind of bun it. So try to get straight in on the 1 and then play for the 5-10 combo. He's looking like he's going the other way here. He's going to roll it at this 1 ball.
Got to get this flush. If he bumps that, he can catch the 10 like that, and he's got away with it. So 10 and 5.
Yeah, and the 13 ball does go on the side, and the 2 is a duck, so I mean, he can play the 10-5 and then the 13-2, and he's done. Well, he lost the cue ball.
Jose says he discovered cribbage a few days ago with a guy. It's an interesting game. Oh, it was Cheeky Chico's room he was in.
This is not the angle he wanted on the 10 ball. And it looks like he may get away with this. He can play the 9 and just roll down for the 6, although that speed's a little tricky here. And he hit it good.
It's one of these little testy ones.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to overroll that and left it a little high, but well, he's missed a lot easier shots than this game. Yeah. I mean, he's missed some real ducks this match. He made that one. That was a good shot.
Right, so here's the comeback.
He's got to break and run out. He breaks dry, he's done.
Was that the 15 that went in again?
He got the 15 and the 8 ball, I think. And he does not have a shot on the 7 other than a combo. Now, this is a zigzag. It's a little easier except for the fact that it's such a big distance. It makes it difficult. You know, he hit it pretty good, but pretty good isn't in the hole. And I think we could see Cobra on the hill here. This rack is sitting pretty good. We're still going to have to work through it, but...
right, so you've got... Is he taking ball in hand yet? He hasn't made his mind up yet, I don't think. Has he?
Yeah. Well, he's got the 14 right now, and he can go to the 1. The biggest problem in this rack's the 2-3, and he may just take the 3 right here. I think that would... Now, see, I don't get this. Why not shoot the 3 and fix that 2-3 problem?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't make any sense to me, what he just did, because the 2 and 3 are both no good unless they only go in the side pocket. And he was sitting right there. He could have shot the 3, and the 12 was right there, and he still got the 114. Instead, he left the 3 locked up, which is going to limit his options. I think that was a mistake. There's plenty of cribbages on the table. I mean, you'll probably get away with it, but I don't think he made the right play. You know, that 12 ball also locks that pocket up table if he needs to shoot up table. I mean, yeah, I didn't get that choice.
Right, so 9 across for the 6. Now, where's his next one after this?
Probably 4-11. Just kind of depends on how he gets on this.
That could be a wee bit tricky if he finishes funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not a guarantee unless he gets right on the 4. And yeah, it could be... He's looking like he's going forward, which might be a good idea here, is roll the ball. Yeah, he's playing for the 4. So he hit that really good. Now it's a simple shot. You can flat out just stop this if you want. You don't really need to draw it back if you don't want to. He may rue the day he didn't take that 3-ball initially, though, because
well, now he's running up the table, so
he's running out of cribbages. Well, he's got the 5-10. He's gonna have that 8-ball's locked up. I mean, he's gonna have to do something to get his 5th cribbage.
Yep. So your idea was right from the start, Steve. We had to get rid of that 3 when he had the opportunity to do it because the 12 was sitting there adjacent, and it still is.
Well, not only did it get him the 5th cribbage, but it opened up the table where it was going to make it way easier to run out. I mean, he's doing this the hard way right now. So he's going to have to do something to break balls out. I don't think he'll try it here. Well, maybe he was trying it there. I think maybe he did try to bump those balls apart there, and guess what?
Well, he's done and dusted.
Yeah.
Well, he's got the 12.
Well, he's got to shoot the 10. He's screwed.
Oh, it's a 10, right? It's a 10, right?
Yeah. So I think that whole thing was because he didn't start with the 3-ball. The very first shot he had this wreck.
That is correct, because that's why he ended up being a cribbage shot. Those 2 balls been tied up have been really awkward. And the 12 ball would have opened that pocket. It would have given the cribbage. It would have freed up the 2.
So now the tricky part here for Bedhead is, he really wants to break this out with a cribbage ball, and that's going to be hard to do. He may have to go for the breakout right off the bat because, breaking with a cribbage ball, I don't think is going to be a choice here. He's going to try to get a shot on the cribbage ball to break out.
Well, he's just overdone it, has he?
Well, he could soft draw and hit the 15. If he wants to hit with any speed, he's going to have to hit this off the side rail and come back into him. Which, if you do that, it makes the 13 a lot harder. But he looks like he's putting a lot of draw on this. He needs to hit this with speed. No, that's no good. Well, I mean, the 5-ball will bank.
No, he may well be taking.
You may try to move him right here.
Yeah, he may well be taking a risk here.
Well, the problem with this is this is a little. You got to hit this pretty perfect to come up with a shot on the 5-ball. If you just hit this 5-ball, it's no good. Yeah, I mean there was very little ways hitting the 5-ball first was going to get you a shot.
Well, I don't know what he does here.
He needed to try to run into the 12, and even then he needed to get lucky to get a good shot on the 5. Well, I mean, he can play the carom, the 5-ball off the 12. That shot is definitely there. That's what I'd be shooting. I'd be playing the 5 off the 12 ball into the corner. I mean, the problem is from this angle, it's that kind of cut back shot that it's hard to hit the 12 the right way. It's a tricky shot. Instead, he's just going to duck.
Yeah, and the thing is that if he went for your shot, he would have been opening those balls up, the 8-ball and the 15 up, and Cobra would be clearing up anyway.
I mean, Cobra's got a chance to bust these open. I mean, he can take a whack at this, and this is sitting at a good angle to drive straight into that 15 with a lot of speed, and spread these balls out. It's a little harder to do with the 3-ball. I think he's going to play safe here. I think, well, what's he doing? I'm not sure what the heck he's doing here. Look,
he's cutting a 7 and running into them.
Yeah, I think he wants to do that from the other side.
No,
yeah, he's just gonna. he's probably going to make the 7 here and have them all spotted up. Yeah, that's his plan. He's gonna make Bedhead do something, and that's not a terrible plan. I mean, at this point, I think that's probably smart because, now we're going to play the dink dink game, and you need to get this ball all the way up frozen on the rail optimally. That's pretty good. Now, I like that sort of play is give the guy distance because it's a lot easier to make a mistake from back here.
Yeah, because if he's thinning this on the right side, he doesn't want to hit it too thick. And, well, I was going to say he doesn't want to hit it too thick and too hard and nudge something out.
And that was a very good shot. So he's reversed this onto Bedhead. Now that 3 ball will cut in from here.
Yeah, it does.
But, it doesn't do him any good to shoot it because, if he makes it, he's dead anyways. I don't get that shot. I mean, maybe he was just trying to thin it real easy. I think if you're going to try to play safe, you thin that 3 ball and stop the cue ball before the side pocket and use that whole row to block the 3.
Well, he's trying to get into these balls. Cue ball, that's unlucky.
Well, he gave him some corn, and Cobra took the bait.
Yeah, but look at the way it's set up. It's still ugly.
Yeah, well, that was caused by putting topspin on the cue ball, because what happened is after it hit the rail and it came back and hit the stack, it still had topspin on it, and the cue ball went forward.
Yeah, but the problem we had, Stevie, was nailed to the rail with the cue ball. He couldn't get into the cue ball, really. He could only get to the top part of the cue ball.
Yeah, I thought he had enough room. He could probably hit down on it a little. I mean, because that's... it's not that predictable, but the ball's going to go forward after it hits the stack if you got top on it. And Bedhead is again going to try to play some sort of shot and it's not worth shooting at that 10 ball. If the 8 was sitting a little bit over more, you could probably shoot that combo, but not how it's sitting.
That's 7 cuts, and that breaks everything out.
Boy, I don't know if that 7 cuts. The 7 might bank, and that bank is super difficult. I wouldn't be shooting at that 7. That's a tough shot. I mean, Efren might bank that 7 in. I don't think it cut, but it would have banked. But, when you're back cutting a bank like that and you need the angle to open up, that's a really tough shot. You have to put a ton of right English on it and hit it really good. So we're going to see a little bit more screwing around here. I mean, I don't think anything's going to... Watch out. Well, in this game, that's not the end of the world. It's not that big a penalty to scratch there.
Now, who's on how many fouls here, though? Is there a sequence of fouls? Is Cobra in 2 fouls now? Or am I just losing the plot?
I don't know. But if you're going to thin this 10, you need to hit it easy. I don't like this. Oh, God, that was crazy shot. I mean, you hit that just a teeny bit thicker and you're scratching in the corner pocket. That was an insane shot to shoot it.
Do you agree with me the 10 goes now or banks?
I think it will go, if you don't hit it super hard, it'll go straight in. If you wham it, it may not. You need it to throw. Well, he hit that pretty hard and it still threw in. He did put English on it, which he needed. Well, that is, that looks like a winner there. All he's got to do is make this ball and he's going to win. This is the only one he could probably miss is this one.
Another error from Bedhead, though.
And Cobra just doesn't miss too many balls, so, and that's... He's just going to roll forward on this 8 ball, I think. Now he's hitting this with a touch of left English, and that's showing a little bit of savvy. See, That's how you make sure you don't hit that 3 ball is you hit it with a little left, because what you're doing is you're actually curving that cue ball a little and you're straightening out the shot. A lot of people don't know that shot. That's, that's showing some pool knowledge there, the way Cobra just shot that 8 ball.
Well, last chance saloon. Bad news is Cobra's breaking, though. That's the problem for Bedhead straight away. Well, this 13's going in. The 1's following it.
He's got a good shot on the 2 ball.
2 balls there.
He's going to have to do something with his 14, though, or he's going to give the table up. I mean, he's got to move that 14 because where it's sitting is no good.
Yeah, he's got to slam this, I think.
Yeah, he's going to have to put some speed at the angle he's got. And if he hits this right, he can shoot the 14 into the corner. Well, he didn't really hit it very good, but he came up with a shot. He's got in the side pocket.
Yeah, these are tricky to read.
Yeah, it's not a gimme, but I would expect he's going to make this.
Oh, I thought it was going to get a brush off the 6 there because it certainly wasn't going in.
Yeah, that's pretty hard. That's pretty hard to hit the point and miss the 6.
Yeah, because it was really, really tight. And I thought if he'd got a brush off the 6, it would have probably helped that into the pocket there. But anyway, yeah. Bedhead's got his chance.
Well, he needs to win 6 games. So, and it's a chance, but this is a Hail Mary here. I mean, at this point he needs some luck.
I think this is a rosary beads and a prayer shawl in unison to get out of this. So 6-9. Just going to maybe drag this in, is he? Where's that? Is that the 9 ball that's there? No, that's the 1 ball. It's a 6 ball for the cribbage, yeah.
He's going to go 5-10 here, I think. 5-10 and then probably 4-1 or maybe 3-12. He's looking at the 4 here. I'm kind of wondering why he's not shooting a 5. Maybe he just doesn't like that little slide over for the 10. Yeah, see, I mean, he hit that good, but that was a lot harder shot than the 5 to the 10. I mean, he had to do something with the cue ball.
So, this for the cribbage, for the 3rd cribbage. 1-14 has got to be next, or 14-1, whatever one he's going to line up on first, whatever suits him.
I can't imagine he's going to shoot the 1 first. He's got to shoot the 14.
Yeah, because I think the line he's got in the 1 isn't really great.
I just think he made this table a lot harder by not shooting a 5-10 right off the bat. It's just everything just gets a little funnier. Because now he's going to run into the 3 ball, which, should be fine. He'll push it towards the corner.
Well, I think you could cut the 3 there, but why not just roll the 12 in? Make sure that
I think that's a safer shot.
You're making it simpler so that you're seeing the 3 and you're not doing something daft cutting this. Right, so this for the rack.
So Bedhead gets the double figures, which is good. I would have thought this would be the most one-sided the score would have been. I actually expected it to be a lot closer, and it may still be if Bedhead can get something going.
3 ball has gone in.
He's got the 3, and he has no shot. He did get the cue ball up table. I mean, it's not really centered, but it's up table, and he's got another tough combo. I mean, this is just not an easy shot at this distance.
Well, he's got barely enough room to get past the 8 ball for a start.
Yeah, it's a tight pocket, and this is a tough shot without the 8 ball there. Oh, excellent. Boy, did he hit that good. Now That's a tough shot. That was
a beautiful shot.
Yeah, he hit that just dead nuts on.
Well, he's got to take advantage of that, because that was...
he could break the 914 out right here. He's at a good angle to do it. And he chose not to, which is a little surprising because,
well, he's
15-7
he's going to
up. And,
he's going to need those, because there's get 3 sets of balls tied up.
I'm a little surprised he didn't try to move those balls, because he had a good opportunity. And, now it's like, okay, what am I going to do? I mean, he could have moved those balls, and maybe he's afraid he wouldn't get out for the 5. But I thought that was...
Now the 4 goes past the 6, I presume. Yes, it does.
Yeah, he's still okay.
Yeah, but he might regret not opening something up there when he had the chance to do so, and it's because he's going to need them.
Well, he's got a chance right here. He could slide over and open up that 7 ball. I mean, little stun draw and move over and hit the 7 or 15. That's what he tried, but he did not, he did not get it high enough. Not quite enough draw. Now he's in trouble.
Well, he's got
the 1 ball here. He can shoot the 1 and run into the 14. You got to think a lot about where this 14's going. Are you going behind it? I think the line here on the 1 is you would go behind the 14 and knock it out. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's playing safe. Now, this is an interesting play, because this is hard to do in this game. And I think he did get safe. I like that play. You don't get a chance to see that a lot, because there's so many balls to shoot at that usually it's tough to play safe. And, that was a nice play there.
So that is us into 2 hours and 10 minutes so far.
Now, if you're Cobra, you got to think, where can I put this cue ball that he doesn't have anything?
Back where it came from is my idea.
Well, I think he's okay. If he rolled a little short of that, then he leaves the 8-7. But where that is, I think he's fine. I'd think about maybe rolling that 8 ball and sticking a cue ball into that 1 ball there. He's going to screw up and sell out is what he's going to do.
Oh,
that
dear.
was a horrible shot.
That
was not a good shot. He had a lot of easier plays than that. Was that a doable? Yeah, but, it was also easy to do what he just did.
Well, 8 up the table by the look of it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just a sellout there. Well, the thing is that, it's going to be hard to make a lot of cribs. You got to think about where you want the cue ball here. I mean, you can play for the 13 too. I think, you know what? I think that 14-1 is on. You hit that 9 ball and cut it into the 14, and the 1 ball goes. See what I'm looking at, Hugh?
Yeah, I'm looking.
You shoot the 1 ball like you're shooting it straight down into the corner pocket, and that 14 cuts, and the 1 ball goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if he sees this here. I mean, I think it's sitting real good. All you got to do is shoot the 9 ball like you're shooting it straight in the corner pocket, and I think
he'll not be shooting it. He'll not be shooting anything considering where he's left the 2 ball.
Yeah, that's no good. That I didn't see how he got there. He must have done something silly, and he misses the ball. Well, the problem here is that the 9 ball is no good from that angle. He's got to play the 13 and then probably use the 2 to break those balls out.
Now, does he take ball in hand and nudge into them playing the 2? See, you're probably right when you're saying that you should be nudging into balls when you're playing the cribbage ball rather than playing the bus
he's got
ball of
in
a cribbage.
Well, he can shoot this one ball, and the 14 ball is going to slide across the other rail. I think hitting that 9 ball and back it up. I mean, nobody's looking at that, but that's a pretty dead shot.
Now, Bedhead's leaving this well short, so.
He's got plenty. No, this is fine. He's got plenty of angle to move these balls. And
these have to just roll out nice for him.
Well, it'd be hard not to come up with a shot the way they're sitting. I mean, that was just sitting. You got 4 balls to shoot at. All you needed to spread them apart, you were bound to have a shot on something.
Drop the 1 in on the 14, cut the 9 on the 6, so he's got this one on the board.
Well, he only needs 1 crib here, so. I mean, he could just roll forward on this 1 to the side rail if he wants. He's going to back it up and shoot the 14 in the corner.
Well, this is where the break. I still think you should be breaking from the top rather than the side. If ever you're going to change your pattern of breaking, do it now.
Well, no matter where he breaks them, he needs some luck.
Well, ball straight into the corner. Another one into the opposite corner.
He's got a couple balls in.
Yeah, but he can't see the 1. And what was the other
12 one? 12 is not so wonderful. Yeah, he's got trouble.
I can't even see the 12. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
The 7-1 combo is going to be the shot. And the problem with the 12 ball is that I think his only shot on the 12 ball is a combo bank. Shoot the 7-1 combo, and then you're going to play the 6-12 bank up in the corner. What's he doing here? He's going to say, I dare you to run these out, and I think that's a bad idea with Cobra because
well, he's giving him 10-5 to start if he wants. What else is there? The 6 is tied up. The 9, is that the 9 or the 1? That's the 1.
Yeah, Cobra's too good a player to do that. I mean, you're basically saying I dare you to run out when all he needs is 1 game.
Well, looking at the way the table is, the only thing that's on here for Cobra after this 5.
Well, he can play the 4-11. He's got the 4-11 after this 5 if he wants it.
Yeah,
it's tricky. It's tricky though. It's not easy to get on the 11. I mean, unfortunately, he's in a spot where he can't break things out. Okay, so he's going to go crazy here, which didn't do him any good.
Well, this could this has the possibility of taking an interesting turn here. This rack, depending how Cobra sees it.
Well, he's in a situation.
He didn't get a hit there, so he's in.
Well, he can play safe here. I mean, this table doesn't look good. He could just go up table and play safe. You just got to make sure you don't leave like a shot on the 1 you can use to break the line out. I'd probably hit this up table and play safe. You can play off the 15 or he's going to instead do something stupid. Well, I'll tell you what, I've done this in real life before, that same move just like that, and you feel just like a dumbass after you do that because you're just like, I mean, the idea of the play was probably fine, but to not get the ball of the rail that's a painful shot.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a lot of damage done looking at this setup.
No, but you do give the guy the whack at the 1 ball if he wants it. And I don't know if Cobra's going to take it or not. I mean, it's not a very good chance you're going to come up with a shot on the 14.
Oh, it's actually Bedhead at the table. I didn't even notice.
Oh, it was Cobra that did the dumbass move. Okay, well, that's a change, but, that's ended up not probably hurting him. Well, this is an opportunity here. The biggest problem with trying to shoot this 12 is that you break the 3 out, and then that pocket is probably going to be blocked by the 2 and the 4 unless it doesn't move very far. And the less it moves, the less chance it's going to get clear of the 9. So, yeah, this is a tough ball to shoot at. It looks like he's going to. We'll see what he can come up with, but chances of getting a shot on that 3 aren't great. Well, the way he hit it, it didn't move. I think he did come up with a shot.
He's got a cut.
That was a nice shot. He got into the first ball, and the 3 ball just sat there. Well, that was a risky play. You'll see if he gets rewarded here. I mean, if he can break the 13 out here, the 4-2 looks like it's sitting pretty good.
Oh, well, he's missed the pot.
Dog it. It's the I'm on the hill, dog it. That's the second dog he's had this wreck.
Right, so Bedhead has chosen ball in hand. We've got again. This is you got to get your head screwed on here to deal with this. Let's have a look. I mean, the 11.
He's got lots of things he can shoot at. The 13-2. The 11-4 is no good.
Yeah, but the 13-2's in a tight. The 2's in a wee tight spot.
Well, you play the combo. You play the combo.
What's
you play the combo with the 14 or the 4 ball.
12-3's going for, I think, or he was looking at it for a second.
Yeah, 12-3 is a little dicey where that 12 ball's sitting.
No, if you play it from the side rail, where's the kitchen line? I can't see the kitchen line. Right,
he'd have to. If he came over to the side rail, he'd have to roll it. Maybe hit it with inside. He's going to go. He's going to go 2 and hook himself.
Oh, dear.
Well, I liked your shot on the 12.
If you played the 12, you were worried about holding its line. You could also have a wee tiny feather of left-hand side. Not even that you needed it, you just had to roll it through. But yeah. I don't know why I didn't take that one.
Well, we're seeing a lot of safeties here as of late. But, with this kind of table, you've got this option. What you can do is you can pick off the easy cribbages and then play safe. Mm-hmm. If you don't break out the balls that are tied up, so if Cobra can pick off a cribbage or 2 and then play safe, then, he's closer to being out, and Bedhead doesn't have any kind of shot. Now this is a little bit risky, and he way underhit that. He was making sure he didn't overhit it. But because of that, he's got a shot that's missable now. Well, this is natural to come across and either hit the 12-2 or come into the 7, depending on how he wants to hit it. I think the natural shot's going to hit the 12. Well, he got enough top on it that he got above it, but he missed the ball.
So ball in hand, presumably in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's what he's going to do here.
But even with that, I don't see anything on. The only thing I see on is a 7-8.
It's pretty hard to shoot at balls right now. Even with ball in hand in the kitchen, it's pretty hard. He's looking at this 8 ball, and if he hits this right, he will have a shot on the 7. If he just rolls this, he should be fine. Well, he hit that pretty hard. Why did he hit it so hard?
It's got to keep rolling. It's got to keep rolling.
Boy, all he needed to do is hit that easy. Does he have a bank? Yeah, the bank is on. He needs to put a lot of left English on this to open it up. It's not going to open up enough if he doesn't put left English. I don't think he can make this ball without a lot of left. Yeah, he couldn't. He needed a lot of left to open that ball up. It just wasn't gonna. Even though he's got the cue ball coming across it, or it's gonna spin the 7, it just wasn't enough on its own.
Well, the situation's not really changed. I mean, there's nothing on here. Now, this Cobra, I thought for a minute there he was...
Well, you can shoot this 13 and get into that line.
Well, he did do what I thought he was going to. I was about to say, he looks like he's trying to get into this bunch of balls here.
Oh, he's going to be shooting a combo now. Now, as far as combos go, this one isn't too bad, but it is, even though it's just a slight angle right to right, it is that compound one, and these are a little tricky. But with the 13 close to the 12, I think, he's got a reasonable chance of making this. You just really got to visualize this right, because that little compound angle still makes it a little trickier. Oh, he hit it perfect.
Yeah, okay,
that's a beauty. So it looks like that could pay off for him here.
Well, you've got 9-6.
Yeah, 9-6 looks good, or I think he's going to go 6-9, and then the 8 and 7 are good, and the 13 and 2 are good.
And that'll be enough to take him over the line.
Yeah, it looks like this match is going to be over this game. I'll tell you, Bedhead really fought hard. I mean, he just didn't play that well, but he fought really hard. Now he's going to go ahead and break these up, which is probably not a bad move. I mean, it just helps guarantee he's going to get out. Only problem is he got himself funny. I think he's probably going to shoot the 4 and draw back for the 11. He could shoot the 1 to the 14, but the angle's a little bit severe on the 1.
Yeah, he'd have to go off the rail and back into the table.
Yeah, and speed and everything is funny, so he's going to shoot the 4, draw it back for the 11. I think that's the right shot. Well, I wouldn't have drawn it back like that. I would have just popped it out to the middle of the table.
He's done the old VP4 bailout draw shot.
Yeah,
we spoke about.
Stub-o-matic.
Yeah. Now, what's he left here? Right, well, does he come back, or does he just stun it through to the short side of the 8 and play the 8 in the opposite corner pocket? It looks simpler to do that.
Or he can go forward with...
Go into the middle of them. No, he's coming back.
Forward. He's going to come back. That's more reliable, I think. That was the simplest shot. Almost no chance of hooking yourself at that angle.
Well, Cobra gets the job done and beats Bedhead by 15 racks to 11. And I think if Bedhead had changed his break, he might have got a bit of luck like Albinario did, but Bedhead never listened to me, so he deserved to lose in the end. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he just made a few too many mistakes.
He made one too many mistakes as well, yeah. Right,
he played pretty good.
Right, let's look at the stats. What one am I looking at again? The percentage thing?
Yeah, the cribbage is completed percentage, I think it is.
Well, Albinario's out in front with 91.01%. Cobra's in second spot with 84.5%. Stubb is in third on 83.1%, and Machine is in fourth on 82.4%.
Well, look at what it was. Look at what it was for this match. Compare Cobra and Bedhead.
Right,
almost for sure Cobra is going to be higher than Bedhead because he won.
There we go.
Bedhead just typed crib is not fun. LOL in the lobby. Well, it's never fun when you're losing.
Right. Yeah, Cobra 91.2, Bedhead 89.74 for shot percentage. Cribbage stats, hang on. Cribbage is complete 84% and Bedhead's 10% short.
No, that's only 2%. That was very close.
Where's that 2%, Steve? That looks like 10%.
Oh, it's 10%. Yeah. You're right.
I'm thinking you're getting me confused.
Yeah, that's a big difference. But I think Bedhead dogged a lot of balls on that cribbage ball.
Now the interesting thing though is look at the average balls made in the break. Bedhead was getting more balls in the break percentage wise, but look at the runouts from the break, because that's what we need to go back to. Because I think Cobra's at the top now in that match. He's at 5.
Well, Bedhead wasn't able to take advantage. He had too many racks that he should have got out on that he didn't.
Where was the run? Oh, that's the break. Right, runouts from the break. But look at that. Well, there you go. LS3 with her good performance last night. Mind you, she's played. Has she played more matches now? Well, she has done because she's on 24 breaks. So, but she's still at the top with the runouts from the break. The 6. Cobra is on 5.
Look at LS3's average balls made.
Yeah, that's.
She's really has not made a lot of balls on a break.
Yep.
She'd probably have a lot more runouts if that average balls made was higher.
So LS3 needs to listen to me and do the straight up and down break, and then go with that, because that's what Albinario did and it worked for him. But yes, she's got a lower average than. Only in fact, Bedhead's 1.6. Let me bring that round a bit. Yeah, LS3's way down the list there as far as the percentage goes, and Matt is lower than that. Sylvia is lower than that. So that's interesting. Cheeky Chico, he's in 1.7. So, well, quick look at the bracket. Not the bracket. Yes, we will look at the bracket. We've got Larry through to round 3. He's waiting on the winner of Albinario and Slim. They were talking about setting a match, but nothing's been set yet. And we have the round 2 match between Tommy and Cobra now. Tommy now knows who he's going to be playing. And in the bottom half of the draw, we've got Machine, who raced through to round 3 against Ice Age, and he's now waiting on the winner of that match between Tommy and Cobra. So it's more likely there might be one lost side matches played, but the one that might be played will be the one between Slim and Albinario sometime during the week. The deadline for that is, well, that's a long way away, the 28th of July, so there's loads of time for matches to get played. So, now the other thing is, what's today's date? The 17th or the 18th? We've got the league playoff during the week as well, so I need to be careful with that, and I'll need to remind my teammates that those matches are on during the week.
I still haven't put the reminder in, so there won't be a reminder unless you tell them, unless I can get that in before Thursday.
Yeah, I'm bound to see them at some point in the lobby, so I'll remind them when I do. So, well done to Cobra for staying awake and winning through. Bedhead, well, he knows what he has to do now. He just has to win everything through the one loss side, and he has to watch out for LS3. There's a lot of danger to be had, and obviously watch out for Stubb, because he's going to do damage one way or another. Cribbage is grueling but brutal. Yeah, you just think what it's like watching it. You said you fell asleep. Me and Steve managed to stay awake, so we deserve congratulations for that. Right, so all it remains to say is I'm off to bed. I'm up at work at 4, and it's back to the grind. And I'll see you again soon, and I'll bid you all good night, and thanks to Steve for joining. And
good night, guys.
And good night to Rob if he's still awake, because he went quiet. Right, take care, and we'll see you later, guys.
Yep.
See you later, Steve.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Good night, ladies.
We don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.